Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the weekly WAYPN. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sunny.
So, today we'll be starting off with me, or so it seems.
No.
Yes.
You can go lower than that. Lower than that. Lower.
That's still me.
Yes. And then one more. What this? What this?
We wanted to avoid the drama.
Oh. I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
But yeah, no. So James just threw a Molotov cocktail into a building and said, "I choose violence."
We've got some very interesting comments.
Shall we?
Shall we take a look? Clearing off the throat noises.
So there's somebody who seems to be being called out a little bit.
Does the people run out of models to paint?
Yes.
Oh. I love
Um,
that by Justin.
Yeah.
I want to see what he said. So he says, much like Andy.
Oh
and
yeah,
Henry,
no. He after that he gives like a proper response.
I don't know if I ever read the proper response because I never thought there could be a proper
All
response.
right. Well, you want to?
Okay, much like Andy and Henry's suggestion above, a more considered answer, wink wink, maybe at that moment it's a great opportunity to review the work you've completed, chronologically and also based on techniques. What are you using? Feathering, glazing, NMMMN. What are you not doing, and most importantly, why? I know I steer away from some techniques or styles because they would look less than the personal standard I aim for. Fear, I suppose, is the factor. Fear of going backwards or stepping out of my comfort zone. Maybe it's a good time to take some old bases. I read that as old babes, but okay, some old bases. We all have them, I'm sure, and practice a new technique. A reflection for direction.
Yes. You know, I never thought that water would be so noisy. I'm like, I try to be healthier. No.
Yes, that's
But I did like Joseph's response. The urban myth is you die. But yeah, like
yes, appropriate response.
Joe Hutton, this is a myth. Oh
yes, because Mr. Joe is the storyteller.
Yes.
So he would know best what is a myth.
he's like, long ago, there was a man. One said that he painted everything he owned. No. But yes, no. So the thing is that I think what James shows is very much a lot of us painters get stuck in our own heads, in our own mindsets. So I think the one thing that James has shown is it is possible. It's just that we're probably buying things because we get so excited. We want something. And look, I'm guilty as sin as well. I'm not saying that I'm any better than the rest of you when it comes to this, right?
We gotta admit there is some level of retail therapy going on.
Yeah, well, so, okay. For example, I think I've been pretty good, but I haven't been perfect. So I got the line because I said that I was going to get the line the minute that he was available.
Yeah.
Years before he was ever even available.
Yeah, so it was just like a personal sort of goal, that one.
Well, yeah, no, because I talked to that store owner and I was, manager. And I was like, look, we both love the Dark Angels and the minute and the line is available as a model, I'm going to get it. I said that like not long after Gilliman came out. So
I wouldn't know when Gilliman came out.
A couple editions ago, I think. So like a long time ago now.
Okay.
And so there was that. But recently I did buy the box with dogs so that you and I can paint it.
The box with oh no,
The
yeah,
Underworld one.
yeah, because
It's very small.
You bought me that one, the Animal D&D.
Yes,
That was when we were still dating.
Yes.
And it was
But I suggest we move on.
okay.
Alright, and then it was these guys. So I basically asked for some feedback and received none.
Yes.
Ayo. But like I really did try quite hard with a lot of these guys.
They look very colorful, honey.
Yes. But you are a somewhat biased source.
This is true.
So
We're gonna just skip my advice.
well, one of the things I wanted to know is how did like the magnetization come off?
It does look pretty flushed, the magnetization. Like, at one point, I didn't even know. I asked you, like, where's the thing? How'd you get it inside the model? And then you were like, it's painted over. Oh, and I was like, that makes more sense. I think it was pretty seamless.
But yes, so that's them. You guys saw them throughout the week. But yeah, I really went ham on those guys, but I was hoping for some feedback. So next up we've got Andy, and Andy has
Done some goblins.
yes. Do you want to read it out?
Yeah, some work on some cloth goblins. Been trying to experiment with my airbrush. Skin I think looks okay, but the masking pulled off the rainbow blend that I had going on, which is a bit but it's all a learning experience.
All right, let's take a look at what's been going on with Andy. So he says that he had a rainbow thing going on.
Oh, what is that?
So I think like this was sort of like a robe sort of thing, and he wanted to sort of have this rainbow thing going, which it looks like very much solidly was, but it looks like it tore as well.
They ripped it? Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I think the skin's looking really good. They look very, not quite chibi. I'm trying to remember what that sort of European style of art is. You know, the one where it's very watercolory. You know, you're looking at me like I'm a crazy person.
No, it's watercolor art style.
Yeah. There's like a European one where it's sort of like the European version of Studio Ghibli sort of thing.
Oh.
And like it's all very sort of, it's not.
Is it that lo-fi art style we see on YouTube or
No,
something?
so it's more. I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see it in like children's storybooks and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought to myself. It's like Sylvester's Home or Sylvanian.
Oh, Sylvanian. Yeah, not quite like them, but very similar.
Yeah.
They do seem a lot like that, and
That
they do
kinda,
seem painted in that way as well.
I think that's just regular watercolor.
But yeah, it looks
style.
nice. It looks nice, but look, I don't think we should give some feedback on, because like you've had such a terrible time with this. So I think instead of saying like, I think that the green looks nice, but let's see how it goes. Yeah.
So far, the green shading, I'm not sure if you did do shading, but like one of them I can see like a
I
darker
think it did
green.
shading. Like
Yeah, it looks really nice. I like that. I think you should keep going with it. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But
But looking good, Andy. All right. So I asked for some more feedback on Member Monday. And I asked if you guys could recommend people, because we've noticed that despite our YouTube doing very well, like we're almost at 4,000 members now.
Yeah.
Woo. But
we're not sure how many of them are like popping over to WAYPN to be a part of the community.
So I asked, and Angela had something, and I do think it's probably just the explanation of the season. And basically, Angela said that stuff is pretty intense right now, or rather, like, things aren't great.
Yeah, people are just working hard at clearing all the backlogs or whatever that you have during the end of year season. So,
and I think, well, like for Angela, like just it doesn't sound as if everything is 100%. But the thing that I wanted to say is like that's sort of what I feel like's going on. But what I would like is, this place to be a community to get away from that, where you do half an hour of hobbying and you pop over and you put this up and then like
you just feel good about it.
Yeah, and you get the nice responses and then you get the video and then you respond to the video. You just get those little drip feeds.
Yeah.
That's our aim at least.
Yeah. We're just trying to. I mean, this group has a very specific goal that maybe not a lot of other Facebook groups do. They probably have the same intention as us, but this group is aimed to get people to continue to paint.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of doing, like check-ins and doing this video is to basically give people something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And, give you that little push to want to do something more, and get your gray pile of shame clear. That's the... there's a bit of an active pushing with us because that is the goal. So yeah, but that what you said made more sense.
Well, next up we've got Ron Purvis, and he's got Salamanders for Kings of War. So I'm taking... Oh, we might be a bit too close there. Let's try and go out a bit. But yeah, it looks like the focus is a little out, but like I like what I see over here, where
is
it
that
looks
fire?
Yeah, it does look as if he's done fire coming out of his hand. I think these bases are a lot more interesting than his usual bases.
Yeah, they look like red velvet brownies.
Well, I was thinking more like lava bases, like subtle lava bases.
Oh. Yeah, I think he is going for lava, but I think if he is going for lava, it does still need that sort of orange and then the yellow and then the white.
I think that's fine as is, but I do think just one more element, because you've got like the cracking and you've got the dark base, but maybe like some grey rock or something like that.
Rock.
I very much like the two tones with this, that white underscale area. I think that looks really good.
Yeah, it really makes the definition of the scales pop.
But yeah, other than that, I don't have too much to say. Like, just the base, because like I think that all of this looks very nice and clean and smooth.
Yeah.
Right? And I like that flame. I think that looks good.
I think...
See, like, this guy's base, I'm happy with, because he's like standing on something, like what looks to be a skull to me. But yeah, just little things like that. Yeah, I think it's looking good.
I have one just personal suggestion. I think if you had made the fire start out with a little bit of like the, how fire has a blue base and then works its way up to yellow.
Well, no, see, I think with that, it's more the Inferno.
Yeah, I know. It's like Inferno.
It's like a campfire flame where it won't have that blue.
I know. It's just that I think as a color contrast wise, because like maybe it's the blurring of the picture, but it almost looks like the fire is fused with the face.
Yeah, no, so... I'll admit, but I think that's much more the camera work. I think the thing is, I understand why you say like start with that blue, because like they are very red.
Yeah.
But I think that it looks better that way. But who knows? Maybe if you did a blue one, it might look different. So These ones, Cal's been doing up just, putting some models together, which is totally fun. Would you like to read out?
Latest group I'm working on. These Rebel. First box I've gotten from Fireforge. Really great variety with extra bits for other kit bashing. I haven't been painting, but assembling and priming is important too. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I really like the look of the models, and the reason...
Very clean.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted to ask him about their size is because a lot of the time when I take a look at this, right, and they're 28 millimeter. I take a look and I'll put them next to some other 28 millimeter models.
They're not the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even remotely.
Now you gotta bust out the SMS base measuring silicon molds and be like, hold on.
Wait
Something
a
ain't
minute.
something ain't right.
But yeah, I really do like these sculpts. I think that they look really good. But the reason I asked is because I was thinking, would these work well with, and I know you hate the models, but the plastic kits of the...
The Frostgrave
Yeah.
ones. Yeah. It's definitely more closer to that theme, but better sculpted, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely better sculpted, but I think the hands and the arms are pretty much just the same sort of thing. Give you a variety of things. But yeah, and the other thing I was thinking about is the Bretonians are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So I was looking at that.
And then we've
But
got
yes.
some metal models based as well.
Yep. So
Yep.
last Slotto bases. So let's take a look at these guys, because I didn't actually get a good proper look at them last time. I'm going to see if I can go in a bit more on these, because yeah, they look to be sort of...
Like knights
I think they're...
with feathers.
Yeah. I think until we see them...
Painted, we won't be able
Well, I think until we see them sort of lined up and against something, it will be a bit hard, because they're a bit hard to see like that. And then some goblins. So let's see if we can take a look at them. Oh, these are very clean, these sculpts. But yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see a lot of detail with these ones.
Yeah. It's alright.
Alright.
Oh, cat. Cat.
Yes, they're great toys. Very fluffy catto.
The cat. It looks like Hades if he was reversed.
Yes, reverse Hades.
Yeah, reverse Hades.
And then Davith did this.
Davith.
So we went from one extreme to the other.
Yes, and I was like,
So we
Davith, there is still no painting that.
Do you want to read out?
Yeah. So, not unfairly, Sangeeta called me out for failing to fulfill my promise to have one face painted. Sadly, my big clean out ended up taking most of my 2 weeks leave, and whilst I made some great progress, including moving the desk that I want to use as my hobby space, I'm still not in a place where I can paint. But I genuinely stoked at how much I've managed to do, including donating a load of old genre and video game magazines. I need to pick up some storage next payday to continue the work, but I'm happy with where I've gotten things. But in lieu of painting anything, may I offer up some pictures of various odds and ends I dug out? Some real golden oldies in here.
Yes, so let's take a look.
It does look like a wizard's house.
It looks like when we were cleaning out the house.
But he has a Death Star on the ceiling. Did you see that?
Yes, the cardboard Death Star, or it might be a lantern, you know? Yeah, I think it's a lantern.
I'm gonna just call it, it's a Death Star.
Yes, so, but the one thing he showed off, that he's like, oh, I've got to get rid of some of these. Like this I didn't care as much about, but these old things, like the Art of Games Workshop. No, I'm not as interested in the old models, but the older ones. I think I've got this somewhere.
Path to Glory.
Not Path to Glory, but Dark Hallows, I think it is, or Dark. I can't remember, but I remember having that. Oh, the middle.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, the old Middle Earth magazines. But these things here, you know, like it was such a fantastic and interesting thing. And source books like these, you know, Clan Wolf for Battletech and all of that sort of thing. But like, I feel like so much of this is going to disappear.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Rabute. What is that?
This is all of the Primarch books. So,
Ah, you have the whole collection?
well, let's see. He's got Conrad Kurz, Angron, Sons of the Emperor, which I'm pretty sure is the
Fulgrim?
No, not Fulgrim. It's Sanguinius. I think it's Sanguinius. It's apparently an anthology. Vulcan, Jagatai Khan, Ferrus Manus, Fulgrim, Lorgar, Perturabo, Magnus the Red, Leman Russ, Corax, Gilliman, Mortarion, Rogaldorn, and I can't read that one up there because it's a bit... Oh, no, it's Sanguinius. It is Sanguinius.
Sanguinius.
But yeah, no, like these ones, like these are keepers. You must keep these. Right. The
old school war gear.
Yes, I think we. Well, when I say we, me and my old mate used to play with this, the 3rd edition. But yeah, so yes, some old classics. Because this was the stuff that I remember. Yeah. I've got this book, the Rogue Trader one.
I think I did. Oh no, I didn't see it. I think I saw it on the internet one time. Ooh, look at these orcs.
But I think we're going to have to move on instead of looking through all of this.
Otherwise, it's a trap.
Otherwise, we're just going to be indulging Davith, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We are indulging Davith. That's why I'm still going, isn't it? Oh my god, the old Necromunda box. Oh my god. You can see that I'm terrible at this.
What these?
These are...
Oh, this Spider-Man.
Yeah, the various Spider-Man. So that's Venom, Spider-Man.
Gwen.
Yeah. And I think that might be... I'm trying to remember the name of the future Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2077.
I wouldn't know.
I think. But yes, so...
Cyberpunk 2077.
So quite a few things that he has there. Davith, we need to get you to be more like James. Alright.
I'm going to paint something.
So we put this one out and it hasn't had as good a reception as the last one. Less views, but we thought that it was really good and hopefully, we can repackage and people can get something out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up,
Mr. Josin.
All right. So, would you like to read that one out?
8 Assorted Kingdom Death minis should be all the White Lion for based minis I had left to do. There are labels and individual comments on individual pictures. I'm trying to learn how to use a wet palette, learning how to thin and mix paints all over again by using on the flesh tones here. I'm slowly getting better.
Okay. So, let us go on a Joa Sutton adventure.
Look at the eye.
Yeah, it's
not bad, but she does look angry.
Yeah. I think it's probably those synthetic brushes that isn't helping him still. But I think it's looking pretty good. Would you like to read out?
Okay, Sun Lion armor. She's sculpted as not wearing any trousers, but I painted some on to make her more plausible. I'm demortifying my KDM a little. I'd like to play with other people and maybe even some kids someday. Also, given you can have trousers, why would you go into battle with your bum hanging out? It just doesn't make sense. Well, Joseph, back in the day, men used to fight naked.
Well, that's true.
And
Yes.
just the
Trousers, not bum.
yeah, no. But you chose to paint it this color, Mr. Joseph. Questionable, questionable, questionable. Oh, look at this. The fighter from Echoes of Death one. I love what you've done with the black hair.
Yeah, the black
The
hair
black
does
hair,
look really good.
It's just
I
something.
also like the way that he's done the lantern here.
Yeah.
I think that looks really nice.
It
And like I
gives
think
it
this
OSL?
yeah, that OSL has come up far better than this OSL in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like this OSL, like it's not bad. It's just quite powerful. And I feel like it's a bit too much.
Maybe so, yes. I do like the woven shield.
Yeah,
Very
I think it
nicely
looks
done.
good, and I like the axe.
Yeah, the axe. Good, like a bone axe, isn't it? That one.
Yeah. Alright, and then we've got the clever strategist from the gambler's chest. Once again, I really like this lantern here. I think that's come up really well. And I feel like this glow right here is quite good again. You know, I think that it looks quite nice.
I think you've done the sort of brought out the textures of the different materials fairly well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's come together well, and also like it is really hard to do skin like this because like the breast you got to go so bright so quickly for it to seem natural.
No, yeah. Even when I first started painting, the breasts went with digitally. I had a lot of trouble trying to get it just right because like you have to have the sharp shadow that is in the deepest like the crevice, and then it suddenly becomes very soft to show the softness of the skin. It took a while to master that understanding.
Oh, he says it's presumably a new hybrid line antelope gear set. Yeah, no, I know this particular gear set. This is a particular gear set. I know it. It's one of the only hybrid sets that I could ever get to work. I don't know which one I got it off. I think it was the Lion Knight, which was where it was from. So, yeah, I know that thing that you're talking about.
Can you change the clothes on a model or?
No, okay, so the idea is that you're meant to use the models in the kits to make whatever your characters look like.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just thought that might be interesting because like if you can change the gear as you level up, you change something.
Yeah, well,
buy
like
new gear.
you'd use the models to make them again and again, sort of thing. That's the whole sort of idea behind it. I think that the cloak hasn't come together as well. Like, I'm not sure
what that little piece of texture there is. Yeah.
But I do think that you've done well in like highlighting the black against the white and such. I think that looks good, but I think like some of it looks a bit plainer. Like for example, at this angle, you don't really get to see like how nice the black is.
I do like that choice of sort of a yellow-green ribbon rather than something super bright because it really fits nicely without taking away the attention like you wanted.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel like the OSL here is a bit too much, but one of the things that I haven't been bringing up, and the reason I haven't been bringing it up is because I feel like it's just been spot on this whole time, is the basing. The basing has just been excellent the whole time. Would you like to read this one out?
Oh yeah, while Fang from the White Fang from the gambler's chest. Apparently she's sculpted with teeth. I couldn't see them when I came to paint them, but I did my best. She looked worse without them and not quite this bad in person. The camera hits me sometimes.
I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel. But yeah, like this is a sort of very classic hero pose, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like
the hair.
No, I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over again because a lot of it, right? A lot of it, I feel like. So, one, I think that the basing's done great because it's just the right number of elements and like he just adds that little tuft and it's just.
Yeah. Just brings it together a bit.
Yeah. But I feel like some of the times. Like it's just the same thing, which is
I think
like just a lantern.
I think with her actually because she's very predominantly white. Some of the little tassels and things, or like the little textures in the clothing, could have been, I think, brought out a bit with a different sort of tone of color, like that beige color that you've used in the sand. You can still bring that up with some of the fur and things like that.
I do think like because it's White Fang, he's probably working off an artwork.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Figured as much, but yeah. There's another model after this one. Yep. Ooh, look at this. Look at this.
You want to read?
Oh, yes. The Lioness from Pinups of Death 2. Didn't feel like she needed this more Savage Lands X-Men or 1 million BC than Glamour Shot. It's heading towards the line, perhaps, but on the right or plausible side of it.
I think it looks mostly just nice. Like, there's a lot of skin to work with here.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, I don't look at those things so much when it comes to models, right? Like, is this a nice model to look at, right? And I see some things, and when I see people do certain models along the lines he's talking about, I don't really see that in the Kingdom Death range. Usually they're interesting to look at and work with models. I find them very difficult to work with, but I feel like this is quite a nice model as far as things go. And I feel like he's handled the skin work really well.
Yeah.
Like that shadowing right there.
Yeah, but I think the placement of the shadows and the colors are spot on. But I think it could use a bit more blending between the shadow and that. Because I can very clearly define where that is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some of the time shadows are like that.
Not on this, I don't think. Like, the way he's sort of done it is very, like, anime smooth skin so far.
The popular guy
from the Gambler's Chest.
I don't know what that means.
I think he doesn't know the name of this guy. Or maybe he is called the popular guy.
Maybe he is called the popular guy.
That would be very weird. Ooh, look, you've given her green hair.
Yeah, but going back to this guy for a minute, like, I feel like right here, the light feels right. But then we go over here and it goes a bit too far, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if it's just an angle thing or something.
I think that...
But I very much like the way that he's done the brace. But yes, we will go on to the monster from Muppet Island.
Well, okay, Thief from Echoes of Death 1.
Yeah.
Definitely a thief.
She looks interesting.
I like the choice of, like, he's gone for that green hair, but he's brought that same elements down with a turquoise green throughout to give it some level of theme. Mm-hmm. And it just helps to not only give visual interest, but also it does make her look a little bit different, like pick her out from the rest of them. Yeah.
Alright, and next up, the Sunlion armor.
Yeah, which we did when we first came. This is the first
so
model.
we did.
Yeah.
So we did. Alright, you are right. With the cherry bon on top.
You cherry bun.
Yes. Alright, so let us move on. Alright, but before we go on, what do you think Joseph's done well and where can he improve, do you think?
I think he's done well in his original intention of, you know, with the ribbons. He's made them have a pop of color without taking attention away from the model. I think he's done a good job with picking out the colors for the hair and matches very nicely with the models.
Yeah, no, I think that's something that I failed to comment on, but just looking at it now, just looking here, the hair really does stand out.
Yeah, and I would say personally, I think a lot of the skin work was good, but some of them could be a little bit smoother in the blending because I know the style that you're trying to achieve. And the light source as well, I think for some was a bit too harsh.
I think for quite a lot of them it was too harsh. But I do think that his skin work has definitely improved, and his bases are aces.
Yeah, aces with the bases.
Yes. All right. So let us move on, and it's more. More Joseph.
Ooh.
You got let's see, got a lot prepped today. All the Phoenix and Antelope armor.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have
A Joe Sutton adventure.
All right. Would you like to read out?
Good day. No, you should do this one in the narrator voice. Yes.
Good day. Yes, so I've been working on a massive orc army again, as I'm calling them, Dreadnought. The last photo is more for scale, as I know a lot of people have had 2nd edition Space Marines. I hope you enjoy. Hope to start painting soon.
Alrighty.
Let us go on a Joe R. Sutton adventure. Right, so this is what he's trying to achieve, I'm guessing. And this is what he's got. So I've seen this body before, so I think he's reused this body. Like he's got a mold somewhere and made a mold of it.
Oh.
That's what I believe. So now he's sculpting the gut.
Ah. Well, he's done a good job with the sculpt.
I do feel, however, this I think ruins it a bit because like it makes the gut not look as natural because when you've got that over that area there, and I know you've got to find a way to try and put it all together, and I'm sure that the picture, yeah, I think maybe try and...
Well, let's see the other pictures. Maybe he's worked on it a bit more.
Looks like the arm.
A very interesting saw gun situation.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks that bad, actually.
I think that if he had that come down and press into the green stuff a little, I think that would have looked better and more on point with the picture.
Probably, yeah. I don't think it's very distracting at all with the way he's done it. But yeah, this is cool. Look at this.
It is quite large as well, as far as I can see.
Backpack and then...
Oh yeah,
I do think he's
quite huge.
I feel that this particular model is very different from the rest because the rest are very like sort of clunky and sharp edges here and there, really like bits and pieces put together. But he looks very much like a bit more assault, I think.
A bit more assault. I do not understand.
I don't know how to. He looks a bit more streamlined, I suppose.
A bit more cohesive? Is that what you're trying to say? Like he looks like
yeah, I guess he is a bit more cohesive. It's not as messy as the other orcs. I mean, like orcs are meant to be messy, but he looks a little bit more put together, that guy.
Yeah, you're saying that he feels like he is a real just big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like sort of cobbled together.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
He feels proper, if you will.
Now this I found really interesting. So
Alan.
Yes, it is Alan. Whip Wednesday, right? From where it is to where I started. So that's where he is, and I think he started. So I'm going backwards. So he started out with I think just a Zenithal Prime, right? And then after he did his Zenithal Prime, he used that to start his layers, and then he went on with his brown first, right?
Is that black shadowing that he's done as well?
I think he may have just kept the black shadowing from the Xanathol.
Oh.
But yeah, it looks quite haphazard at this stage. But what I like about something like this, where like an artist will show they're working, is that you can see, right? One of the things I think a lot of people have issues with is that when you're starting out, a lot of the times things won't look good until they're like 90% or 99% done.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, like,
ooh,
you know, it just looks like
Like,
doo-doo until you're
yeah.
until you're there.
Yeah.
But like, for example, this, you look at this, right, and you're like, oh.
Not really. I think like at this point for me, I'm like, oh, okay, I can see it coming together. All
We'll
I
see.
need to do is just blend.
Yeah, no, we'll see. For me, like, I don't really see that, but once we start coming here, then I'm like, oh, okay, I can start to see it. And then he gets to there, and then I'm like, oh, that's so smooth. But you know, without seeing it go through this process, you wouldn't know how things started out here. You'd look just here and you're like, oh, that's so good.
It's so difficult.
Yeah, I can never do such a thing.
Yeah.
But like, seeing that process allows you to realize, okay,
It's actually more manageable than you think. And it's very true, because recently I had one of our friends over and we did a little bit of a quote unquote art class. And I ended up teaching her how she took a look at the pictures, and she didn't want to admit to me that she found them actually very complicated, although I had selected some fairly simple artworks for an adult, especially when they haven't done something before, right? And I show her how to break it down into simple shapes, and then you fill in the shapes as a guide. And then once she was finished, she was like, I had no idea I could do that or produce something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, yeah, it's because you have to take something complex, break it down into something simple, and then work your way up. And that's essentially the process of art. It is literally how every artist works.
well, I think what you are saying in a more general term is people can't see the forest for the trees. They're like, I didn't, or rather, they can't see the trees for the forest, because like all they see is like, oh, there's all this forest
Stuff. Yeah.
right? And then they discover that it's not nearly as difficult as they thought it was.
Yeah.
They've just got to, you know, well, I plant one tree, and then I plant another tree, and then I plant another tree, and all of a sudden you got a forest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so next up we've got Ashley, Whip Wednesday.
Made a few conversions for a human mercenary team. Also made a thrall for my vampire blood bowl team.
All right, let's take a squiz, shall we?
It's been a long time since Ashley has posted something.
Indeed.
So it's good that he's posting something again. Looking good so far. Ooh, look at that.
Yes, look at that.
Is that a green stuff sculpt?
No. So I think that's from an orc, and he took that arm from an orc and he put it on the ogre there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I thought that was really good. It's such a simple conversion, right? It just works.
It's like an instant vampire theme, do you think? Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's looking good. But what we will be looking forward to is seeing some paint on these.
Yeah.
Because yes.
Don't let Davis influence you, Ashley.
Yes.
You can go forth.
Think of James.
Cal.
It looks like some more. I like the looks of these models. Like, Cal has such interesting models.
Some of these models, they're like the monster ones. I'm like, oh, I've never seen that. The folklore one, especially the folklore monsters.
Well, like, see, it's interesting having people like Cal here, because you get to see like stuff that you wouldn't usually see. Like, there's a lot of Warhammer stuff out there, and like, look, that's my bread and butter, you know. So I can't really complain about that, but it is really interesting to see all of this different stuff.
Yeah, so this is from the War Games Atlantic box set, apparently. Do not know that game, but definitely very cool.
So War Games Atlantic are sort of like, I guess you could call them a competitor to Games Workshop in terms of producing models.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
They produce some very interesting models.
Let us take a look at Mr. Ron Purvis and his
Scorch
wings for Kings of War. I think they look like real dinosaurs.
Yes, honey, because dinosaurs are real, of course.
Because they were.
Were they?
They were real, right?
Were they?
You had a dinosaur book that you loved when you were a kid.
Anyway, so I think that the bases here look so much better.
Cool, man.
I think that they look really, really good.
Yeah.
Like,
look at that. Like, can you imagine? This is just a picture. Can you imagine seeing that in real life? It'll be like you can't stop looking at it because of all the sharp contrast between that black and that bright red, yellow, orange.
yeah, no, I think it's really good, and it does seem very naturalistic. And I have to admit that I do have a bit of that where I'm just sort of staring at the patterning.
Yeah, I think it's because it looks very similar to those like red poison toads.
I guess so, but more like the way that he's got the bright yellow
around the black. Yeah.
Like that just looks
It's
fantastic.
very mesmerizing. So you did a good job there, Ron. You did a good job.
Yeah, and I think that he did great with the basing. Like that basing looks way better in my opinion. And it's got, see, like here with like that bright yellow crackling there.
Yeah.
See, that's all you need. You need, and like that satisfies your three elements because you've got that variation between it.
Yeah.
It's not all just that
One
sort
thing,
of
yeah.
red, right?
Yeah.
You've got the crackling, that's one element, right? You've got the black rock, that's one element, and then you've got the variations in between. You only need three, and I just, like, I'd like to say what I think he could improve, but I don't actually know here, so...
I think this has achieved his standard. I think maybe at best he could maybe bring some of that patterning a bit more towards the head.
Well, see, like, I just think it looks good. Like, there's nothing that I can really, say. All right. So, would you like to read out?
Now I know why real artists record their paint colors and schemes. Trying to reproduce the green on this standard bearer's armor. I don't remember which paint I used. Trying to match the two unicycle riders to him. None of my expensive paints come close to the color or shade.
Oh no.
Well, here's the sad truth here, James. Have you considered that perhaps you mixed your own color? Dun dun dun!
Oh, it is possible, but I think like those guys on the unicycles look near enough. Like,
yeah, they look pretty close to me. Like I couldn't even quite tell the difference between the three people's. Yeah, it
looks close
works.
enough.
It works. Like I can't really tell the difference.
I'd say that this green is the closest on this one.
Yeah.
But I think that they're all the same.
Yeah.
When I say all the same, like maybe you tried a different color on that, but they look pretty much all the same. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah.
But this was interesting. All right, so would you...
Yeah, so the missus treated me to a new paint station and second have... Originally, I guess she meant to say second hand. Originally 80, she haggled it down to 10. And finally showing my display cabinet less one Angron, Azrak, and Khan as had to get fund for my new departed kit. Oh, okay. Yep. May the Rainbow Road be joyful for him.
So I think that this, like the kit here, I found really interesting. And I realised I did the worst thing of all. I clicked on the post rather than doing anything. But I thought,
Oh, but this is great.
Yeah, it looks good.
You've got a place to put your models once you've primed them, and you can take them one by one out. And you got a place to put some of your paints and your brushes and your water bucket thingy, and you can put them all inside and then close up the front, and that's it. Safe space, space saving. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks very good.
That's really cool. Is it like a little mini light box that you've installed in there?
I'm not sure.
That's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, no, but that could very much work. Just have just like get a piece of paper, sort of concave it in that, and just.
You could get one of those like stick-on LED lights.
Maybe.
And it'll fit in there.
If that's not a light itself right there.
I do not know what it is. It looks like a catch, I think, for the close-up at the front.
No, so that's a catch right there.
Yeah.
But this part right here, I think, is a light.
Yeah. Well, I think it's clever because like you just paint, and then all you do is just push them in, take a picture. Very all-in-one. I think it's great.
Now let's see what happens. It did not close down on me. All right, so we've got a lot of text from Joseph here. So I'm going to open in another one and hope that everything doesn't explode.
Okay, here we go. I've learned a few important hobby lessons this week. Number 1, never lick your brush while sneezing. Oh dear. Number 2, if you reuse the same patch on a wet palette sheet too many times, the paint layer gets thick enough to stop the water getting through it. Yes. I shouldn't have had to learn this, but I am dumb. Number 3, if an entire model's weight is held on at the ankles by glue, then it won't survive repeated hair drying. The glue will loosen under the heat, weight, and air force. Ooh. The Phoenix Dancer, top row, mostly naked. Number 4, painting seems to induce a physical state that helps reduce the runniness of noses when you have a cold. I'm guessing it lowers heart rate and breathing rate and distracts you from thinking about it. Painting. It's good for you. Yes.
Yes. But I really like this turquoise colour here.
Oh, yeah.
It has such a great contrast to everything else.
Yeah.
I think that's going to look fantastic. But it is really good seeing some works in progress. And I love Joseph's little stories because it's always just like, oh, by the way, everything exploded. It's fine now, though. But there was an explosion. Just letting you know.
The toaster. It set itself on fire.
No, it's more like, listen, there was a small invasion of robots, but they were about 2 feet tall, so I handled it for the most part.
With my broom.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh, like, do you remember when the snake came in and I'm like... And I got the broom and just push him out. I'm like, out, come on, stop.
You keep talking to the snake like, come on, buddy, I'm trying to help you here. and then the snake be like, no, like that.
Yes. I often talk to the snakes when they come in. This isn't the place for you, buddy.
This isn't the place for you, no.
No, don't do it. Don't.
You did it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You did it. All right, next.
And this, it's the finale.
Who's this? I don't know this man.
You don't know this?
I don't know who this... It's you!
It's me.
It's you.
Would you like to read out?
Hey guys, I have been AFK for a while.
Oh no, I didn't use...
Oh, you did the badness.
Yes, I did the badness.
Now we have to joke about it.
You've got to make something up.
Alien Fart King.
Yes, I am the Alien Fart King.
Oh my god.
Alright, so I've been an alien fart king for a while. You want to finish reading the rest now?
Few things going on. But I have still been painting. Trying to get 2 kill teams done this week because they have similar color schemes and I have done up a lot of heads. Like a lot of heads.
Yes, keep reading.
Really tried to give them some character, except for the towel helmet heads, which was kind of they are just guys sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway, here is me giving you some head. What? Why is everyone laughing? Anyway, liver spot guy is probably my favorite. Oh, he was my favorite too.
Alright, so here's
the
some...
angry man.
Angry man.
Angry dwarf man. There we go. I love the red in the hair. This angry scar man with nose tube, I think.
No, that's Grenade Pin.
I do not know. Oh.
Because he's the one
he
throwing
you
the
use
grenade.
your mouth. Yeah, okay, I got it. That's very nicely done. I like him.
Yeah,
he looks like a white ape. I like him.
I think this is my favorite because I think this one just came out the best.
I think you've really, really improved with skin and with detail on faces. Like these recent set of Kill Team models, I think you've really outdone yourself with the faces. Like the eye direction, I don't know how you did it, but you did it. And this one I know it's like a contrast, isn't it? Over the Zenithal.
Yeah, these guys are just contrast over the Zenithal, whereas these guys are a couple of layers of airbrush, and then after that just some standard painting.
Yeah, I think one of the look at him.
Mm-hmm. One of the
towel helmets, I think the angle of the picture that I took really showcases how the reflectiveness of the two little light thingies at the front in the square box in the helmet came out really nice. And I use a chrome for the helmet.
Yeah.
Came out super well.
Liver spot guy.
Look at that. Look at him. Like, you got a nice cut cheekbones, as the makeup community calls it.
Yes, well, I would
with
say
a nice red nose there.
Yes, because if there's a lot of dwarves, there has to be a drinker amongst them.
This is one of I would say, the most characterful head. But it's really nicely done.
But
all of them still very good.
So that's are you talking
that is
about?
the one, as you can see, the shadowing and then the little light spot in the middle.
But yep, so that's them, and I guess that's us. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
thank you for participating this week. And thank you for being here as you were.
Yeah, well, I think what's been good is just seeing people showing off all sorts of levels.
Yes.
So we've got Alan showing off like from start to finish.
Yeah.
Right? We've got Joe doing one of his adventures, right?
Adventures, yeah.
But also what I've liked is, for example, Joseph's commentary up here where he's like, yes, here's a series of things that went wrong.
I think a lot... Yeah, please continue.
And there's also Andy with his sort of thing like, yeah, here's my things going wrong. And it gives you that sense of feeling like, hey, you know, it's okay. It's okay if you stuff up.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I feel like it's hard to show in other areas, because I'll admit that I've stopped showing off works in progress in certain areas because I don't think that it's been very productive for my business. So like you just show the end product because that's all
people care about in the end. Yeah.
For actual hobbyists, for people who just want to paint stuff, they want to get things done, I think it's so much more important to show where things have gone wrong, to show, you know, hey, I put these little heads on a thing so that I can paint them because they're so teeny tiny. I keep them separate from the body because I don't want to lose my dang mind.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, just little bits like that.
And I do appreciate that this week people seem to be churning out a lot more stuff.
Yeah. Well,
and
I think Cal is mostly responsible for that with all of these guys. But he is a worker, isn't he?
Yeah. He usually does have like a lot of things to share.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let us, say thank you to one and all.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. And in between now and then,
Keep those brushes wet.
Bye-bye.
Bye.